Hi, this is Kurt Johnson doing a Mindful Monday down here at Shawbucks, downtown Jamestown, New York, on Chautauqua Lake. You can't be happy all week if you don't start on Monday. Should you choose to be happy, life is choice. You know, there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. And the key ingredient here is to know when you're not happy and choose the opposite. You know, you can't be truly happy without love. And that's what all my Mindful Monday topics really have been about, is choosing love over fear and allowing the discomfort from fear to realign you with love. It was 40 years ago I had that experiential learning in Dallas, Texas. The Lone Star State, I was actually doing a hypnotic meditation on a star, and I was given a vision of life's like a battery with two poles to create movement, two invisible forces that create movement within ourselves and those around us. And those invisible forces are love plus and fear minus. It's all the same current, same energy, just like when you look at temperature, like a thermometer, you know, where does hot begin and cold begin? Well, it's the same thing with our emotional intelligence between the poles of love and fear. It's all the same currency running, you know, through the poles of the battery. The positive pole is gold and it's warm, and the negative pole is silver and it's fear. And neither one's bad or good. I mean, fear becomes data when you understand this experiential philosophy, as I call it, of choosing love over fear. I think life becomes more simpler. At every moment, you can pay attention to if you're creating movement through love or fear as to what pole you're plugged into, and simply just choose again. It's nothing's really bad or good. It's thinking that makes it so. And we've had so many falsehoods from fear that has led us down devastating paths in life. Just one example is the Great Depression. Everything shut down, people starved, the food supplies ran out. It's a fear-based economy. It's fear-based control. Fear keeps us from asleep from the truth that we're very abundant. Love is abundant. And it all depends on how you view the currency. During the Great Depression, we had seeds, we had soil, we had water, we had the sun. There was no reason we couldn't grow food. It was just a human concept. You know, we bought into a falsehood from fear that we couldn't do things when actually we could. There was coal to burn for fuel, for our power plants, for heat, everything. It was abundant supplies. Why did we shut down? Just because the news told us so? Because the powers that be that control us by fear, you know, caused everything to shut down. You know, when you choose love over fear to create movement, you see the world in a whole new light. It becomes abundant. The idea of money is just a mental concept. It's made up out of thin air, truly. And you can either charge that like a currency in a love-based abundant, and the more you give and the kinder you are, the more it 10x's and comes back to you. Or you can hoard it and think that there's not enough. And truly, it's only the powers that be, the pedophiles, the dual citizens that, you know, keep us in the bondage of fear. We need to rise above that. And that's what my Texas awakening was. And actually the title of my book is Lone Star Rising, and because I had that realization, but it's about the Lone Star rising within you. My life, my learning, my experiential philosophy is just to open the light into your life to realize all the power that you really hold. There truly is no boundaries and borders and everything. Those are all just mental concepts. True freedom comes when you realize that there are no boundaries. All things are always possible. Whether you realize it or not, all things are always possible. It's just a concept. What concept are you buying to? Are you buying into abundance? Are you buying in a lack, limitation from fear? Those that control the supply control the fear that things might run out, but everything was abundant during the Great Depression. There was no lack limitation. I mean, it was just a mental concept. So just be aware of the powers that be and realize how you're being controlled by fear, shame, guilt, embarrassment, and realize that the emotional intelligence falls in between the poles of love and fear. And the more you experience an absence of fear, you go beyond emotional love. That's what emotional intelligence is. It's an emotional fear, it's an emotional love, but there's a love beyond emotional intelligence. And as you get to experience less and less fear, you begin to get joy, enlightenment, bliss. And I think what I experienced in Texas was a total absence of fear. It was ecstasy and amazing. And I can go there now. I mean, it took me 40 years to really scope out this language of what I call an analog binary language of harmetics, similar to hermetics, but it's harmetics, like a first language that precedes the digital language of ones and zeros. That's another topic later on. I won't go too deep into that now. But truly, life is that simple. Choosing love over fear and allowing the discomfort from fear to realign you with love. Fear just is here to show you what you don't want and to wake up and choose what you do want. The more I complain, the more I get the same. What you think about, you bring about. So if you're thinking about abundance and you're seeing it everywhere, you get more of the same. But if you're going to sit there and complain and blame everyone else and be a victim, you're just going to stay in the same. So choose love over fear. Allow fear to realign you with love through its discomfort. It's just data, it's information, and your body is the censorship that communicates this language. It's an analog language. Digital language is ones and zeros. The analog language of love and fear is just the pluses and minuses, +1, -1. It's truly simple, and the book Lone Star Rising is about the Lone Star rising within you as it is within me and everyone else. And it'll break it down to the simple beginnings, and then there'll be a book 2, 3, and 4, and probably that's why I've been writing one book for 12 years, because I was actually writing 5 or more. So this first book is just about the Texas experience, my journey on a motorcycle, and it'll be coming pre-sale here real quick, and I just wanted to give you all a heads up. Have a great week. Love you guys.